right, everybody. Thank you for joining us tonight on One Nation of Sports Soccer Magazine Extra. I'm your host, Kirk DeMars, and just appreciate you guys having a little bit of patience. As you can see, I've moved around in a little bit of a different place in my daughter and son-in-law's house just to be able to get as close as we can with the internet. So thanks again for your patience. We got Austin Weaver on the program tonight, and we're going to talk about his article in Sports Soccer Magazine. And as you can tell, there's quite a few things he could do. It was pretty awesome. We enjoyed the photo shoot with him. Got to have a good visit, and then his interview was absolutely great. Loved the design that Katie did too. As you can tell, he's quite talented, does quite a few different things, and so we're going to talk about that tonight. And without any further ado, let's go ahead and bring Austin onto the program. Austin, we made it, man. Thanks again for your patience. I appreciate you.
Yeah, yeah.
It just a little bit of a wild time there, but we got it figured out. All right. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your article? What did that mean to you, and what were you what did you like about it?
It was overall just a great article. I think the writer did a great job of editing it and making everything sound good, and I liked everything that they put in it. And I couldn't be more happy with the outcome of it.
Talk about the photo shoot. I mean, we got a few different. I mean, obviously you changed from your basketball to football uniform, and then even had a little bit of Air Jordan hang time up there on the goalpost. Talk a little bit about the photo shoot and what was that like?
Yeah. Well, first of all, it got me out of class at school, so you never can
Awesome.
complain about that. But so yeah, I mean, it was fun. Me and my football teammate, running back, actually Brady Fan, we were able to do the football shoot together. So that was fun. But it was fun getting all the cool action shots and the layups in basketball, me throwing the ball, the one on the goalpost with football. I mean, it was fun. It was fun to get all those cool shots.
Yeah, it was. I mean, we enjoyed it, and Katie always likes to get out there and get as much creativity as she can, and it was good you having him out there with you as well. That way, I didn't have to play his role; he could play the role, and you guys wouldn't have any
Yeah,
mess ups. So
yeah.
it was good. So, what did your family and friends think about the article?
I mean, they all they all liked it. I had a few. One of my really good friends' moms, sorry, actually, she always just kind of messes with me, and she's like, "You're such a star. Can you autograph my magazine with your article in it?" But yeah, I mean, everyone had great things to say about it. They all said it was a great article. So, I mean,
Good,
yeah, I couldn't be more happy with the reactions out of my friends and family.
awesome. Well, did you autograph it for
No, I didn't.
her?
No,
Okay,
no.
all right.
But
Just asking.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
she might want that. It might be valuable to her again someday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell us a little bit about how you got started with football and why do you love that sport so much?
I mean, basically, just from a young age. I mean, basically, one of my few of my first memories has just been sports in general, and mainly football, because my family is just such a big football family. We're great big Steelers fans. Actually, down here where I am in the basement, there's Steelers stuff everywhere. But just watching football growing up and just playing, throwing the football in the backyard with my brother or my dad or my cousins, at family events, all that kind of stuff. It just kind of stuck with me. I kind of loved it since day one. So yeah.
Well, yeah, talk a little bit about that. Your uncle, dad, brother, kind of following in their footsteps as quarterback. What really drew you to that position?
Well, I mean, that's just always where my dad wanted me to play. And, he helped me with from the beginning with how to be able just to learn how to throw a football the right way. And with my uncle and my dad and my brother, they were all pretty successful at Helias. Obviously, my brother being a lot more recent than them. But I heard about my dad and uncle's success, and I watched my brother succeed. So it just kind of pushed me to be the best that I could and just try and be better than each and every one of them.
Trying to, I was trying to remember exactly what year did your brother graduate?
He graduated in 2021, May of 2021.
Okay. because we actually did an article on him in the magazine, and I was just trying to remember
Yeah,
what the
yeah,
year was. So, um, you're gonna tell him you got bragging rights right now?
yeah, yeah. I'm gonna tell him because he didn't get an interview, did he? Like this?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Oh,
No,
he
no,
did. He
actually,
did.
no, actually, we did not do one on this particular thing here. So we did an article in the magazine, but we didn't do this at that
Yeah,
time. So, yeah.
that's
So
what he
there you
said.
go.
So yeah, I'm gonna have a little bragging rights over him. I got an
That's right.
interview and you didn't.
That's right. And it might be fun on down the road after your senior season if you want. Maybe we can pull both you and your brother on, and then we
Oh
can go
yeah,
at that from
yeah,
there. That would be fun.
yeah.
Good. Uh, Talk a little bit about your career in high school and what have been some of your highlights in football so far.
Uh, well, football. It was really my freshman year. I mean, not thanks to, sadly, a few injuries to upperclassmen, really gave me the chance to just go out and show and practice that I was capable of playing on Friday nights. And our defensive coordinator, Coach Pitts, he just put his trust in me and he put me out there. I guess it would have been week 6 against Capital City was my first start, and I started at safety ever since then. And then I was like honorable mention defensive back in the CMAC, I think, my freshman year. And then my sophomore year, once again starting at safety, was having a great start of the year. But then I guess it was week 5 at Rockbridge, our starter Sam Wyrick went down, and then what put me at quarterback. And ever since then, it's just been quarterback. And they're actually talking about this year because we graduated a lot at safety last year, so they're talking about letting me play a little safety again this year, which would be cool to play. But Coach Hinches always says he's like my quarterback will never play defense, but he said we might have to make an exception this year.
Right. Yeah. Never say never. Right.
Yeah,
Never say never. There you go. Yeah, I can remember back when you stepped in, and it was pretty awesome. You were able to come right in, and it almost was like, I mean, I know that there's a little bit of stuff that you have to work through, but it really just felt like you just slipped in seamlessly and was able to gel with the team right away. So that was great.
yeah,
Good job.
yeah.
So yeah, go ahead and talk a little bit about that. I mean, what do you miss about playing defense?
Well, I mean, I love defense a lot. I mean, obviously I love playing offense more, but safety is kind of like people say is you're kind of the quarterback of the defense
Hmm.
too. You're behind everyone. You can get people, make sure people are in the right spot, whatever. But it was fun. All the coaches said I was able just to like read plays really well, and it was just kind of natural.
Hmm.
Because actually, my freshman year was my first year ever playing safety. I had always played linebacker in middle school, whatever, but they moved me back there, and it kind of just came natural. I don't really know how or why,
Yeah.
but I was able just to read the field, and I think that, like I was saying, being playing quarterback and trying to read defenses, I
Hmm.
think that obviously helped. But yeah, I really like defense. It's really fun, and it's fun to get back out there again this year a little bit.
Yeah. What have been some of the things that you've been working on improving as far as your skills at quarterback heading into this senior campaign?
More so. I mean, I've always been more dominant, I would say, on my feet. So kind of just this off season and this summer, getting my arm better, not like better, just to where I'm able just to make hard passes more consistently and just get the ball to our skill guys because we have a lot of big good skill guys this year. So basically, just getting my arm, my accuracy, my arm strength, just kind of up in that.
All right, you talked about some of your awards that you had in on defense. Why don't you talk a little bit about what you've accomplished so far as quarterback, and then also I want you to talk about some of the accomplishments that you've had academically.
Yeah. So first of all, at quarterback, my sophomore year, just like the actual accolades are, my sophomore year, it was first team the media, so like all the newspaper guys and all them, they vote on like a district first team, and I was first team all district in the media thing. I think I was second. I know I can't even remember. I was either first or second team in the coaches voting all district. And then last year, my sophomore year, I was first team all district again, first team CMAC athlete, um, and then I think that's all like the of those certain accolades. But I mean, just basically every year that I've been starting, we have won a district championship. So that, I mean, that just
Mm-hmm.
means a lot to be able to just consistently go back to the district championship and win that. For the team, the community, everyone loves to win a district championship. So it
Mm-hmm.
means a lot to do that. And obviously, last year going to state, I mean, sadly losing to, I mean, that Platte County team, I mean, they deserved it. They were really
Yeah.
good, but
Well,
it just meant a lot to kind of go there and play on Faroe Field, that was really cool.
yeah, that's great. Well, you guys did an outstanding job, and I know you're looking forward to getting back there and
Yeah,
doing it again.
yeah,
I mean, that's not an easy task either. So uh, everything has to work right. There's a lot of
hmm
good teams out there, and you guys got a great coaching staff, great team,
yeah,
and just
yeah.
expecting good things. So why don't you talk a little bit about your teammates and how they help to inspire you to do better?
Well, I mean, I have great teammates all around. All of our skill guys, they're all very good. Our line is we are very inexperienced. We only have one starter coming back from last year, but they're getting together and they will be just fine. They're starting to mesh and kind of get everything down. So we'll be, and it's still only, I guess it's almost August, but they still got basically they have a month still until our first game. So by the time our first game, there will be nothing to worry about with them. But they always, our coaches and our teammates, they always, they hold me accountable, but at the same time, they bring me up when I'm down and they congratulate me when I do something well. And I just try and do the same thing for them. Just make sure everyone's positive and keeping their head up and not putting their head down.
Good. Well, it's a it's an important thing in football, especially for a quarterback. I mean, you being able to have the time to be in the pocket and throw, you have to have the ability to survey the field. I mean, obviously, we've seen that happen with Patrick Mahomes and what's happened with the Chiefs. I mean, when they don't have a
Yeah,
line, getting to that
yeah,
to the end, I mean, it's important. So I know your coaches are working hard. Your guys that are on the line, they're working hard, and I think it all
yeah,
meshed together would be good.
yeah.
Real quick before we go into the rest of the questions, I just want to encourage anybody if you have any comments that you want to make for Austin and or questions, feel free to go ahead and do that. We would love to hear from you. Again, I wanted to apologize for the problem we had with the internet there for a little bit. We got it worked out, and I'm glad we was able to get on here and visit with Austin. So, Austin, as a two-sport athlete, why don't you talk a little bit about that and what's special to you about basketball?
Well, I mean, basically the same thing with football. Basketball. A lot of people in my family have played basketball too. So same thing with football. Just some of my earliest memories are also not only football but also playing basketball at like I was saying, family events and all that kind of stuff. So it's basically the same thing. My dad still teaching me how to shoot a basketball the right way and just making sure I know how to do everything. And it, like the same with football, it just kind of stuck. Those were the two that kind of stuck with me that I really loved and enjoyed to play.
We'll talk about the positions that you play in basketball and what's your responsibility on the court.
So, well, this year I will most likely, hopefully, be our starting point guard. And last year I was like the backup point guard, but I was still a starter. So I was technically a shooting guard last year. But this year, with the graduation of our point guard last year, I will hopefully take over point guard, and it's kind of the same as quarterback. As point guard, you're calling out the plays, you're trying to break down the defense, all that kind of stuff. Getting guys open for shots. So I feel like playing quarterback helps me in basketball with point guard, and also basketball playing point guard would kind of help me with football. Just kind of getting my guys open, getting them the ball, getting them good
Right,
shots, all that kind of stuff.
right. That's I mean, in some ways it's similar. Obviously, there's difference in basketball.
Yeah,
People aren't
yeah,
people aren't trying to track you down and put you to the
yeah,
ground.
yeah.
Sometimes somebody might, but you hope you don't have
Yeah,
that happen
yeah,
too much.
yeah.
Um, how have you been able, and this could be for football and basketball, how have you been able to overcome any special challenges or setbacks? I mean, just like you had to come in and fill in when somebody went down, what kind of challenges have you had to face for yourself?
So last summer, actually, I think it was like one of the last week in May or the first week of June. I hurt my ankle. I tore ligaments in my ankle, and the coaches and the doctors were like, it's just summer. There's no point to rush back. We want to make sure you're 100% healthy. So I got back in July, so I guess a whole month. And obviously, I wanted to get back as soon as I could, but it was hard to just sit back and watch everyone play and practice, and just it was hard to just watch them all have fun while I couldn't.
Right? It's I mean, you're wanting to get back out there. You're wanting to jump right back into things. But again, if your ankle's not right, I mean that sometimes just will just keep lingering, and you re-injure it,
Yeah,
and so it's really important to do that.
that yeah, that's the
How difficult was it as far as the physical therapy? I mean, what?
I had physical therapy. I did it. Gosh, I can't remember. It was either once or twice a week. I
Hmm.
would go get physical therapy done, and it wasn't. I don't know that it was like challenging to where I would be in like pain, but I was just, my ankle was weak and I just had to try and get all that strength back. But
Yeah,
I mean, it definitely without a doubt helped a lot.
yeah. Well, I'm not going to tell you how old I am, but when I was playing basketball and in high school, opening tip off in my junior season, I jumped up to get the ball and I came down and stepped on a guy's foot, and my ankle just rolled like that. And um, I, obviously, they did not have the knowledge that they needed to have, like what you guys have. Great team doctors. You have different people that
Yeah.
are going to help you. I mean, they had me putting my foot in a bucket of ice and snow and then turn around
Oh,
and put it in a hot tub. So
yeah.
between the two of them, I mean, it was like somebody was stabbing my foot. I was like, I got
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
get better quick. I can't handle that much more.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I
Well,
remember
Austin,
I would
go
have
ahead.
to we just fill up a cooler full of ice and water.
Yeah,
I'd have to put it in there. It was like every hour for 20 minutes or so.
yeah,
And I mean, I mean, it hurts, but I
yeah,
mean,
it does.
that's what you have to do to get back as fast as you can.
Yeah, and it makes it really stiff when you've got it in there,
Uh-huh.
and then get
Yeah.
back through there. You got to get that mobility
Yeah.
going. But yeah, well, you were able to come back strong, so that was great.
Yeah.
We've breezed through this first half, even with all the setbacks that we had early on. So we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back and finish up the interview, so you can get back about the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for doing a great
Okay.
job.
Yeah.
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 Has been connecting employees with employers since 1977. Recently, CNS rebranded to CNS Employment Solutions to more clearly define their mission of serving the needs of applicants, employees, and businesses while remaining current and evolving with the changes in the workforce. One important thing has not changed. CNS Employment Solutions partners with a wide variety of employers, placing employees in jobs that match their skills and needs.
Say yes to CNS.
All right, CNS Employment Solutions, they are a sponsor of this program as well as one of our advertisers in Sports Locker Magazine, helping to bring you great articles just like we are what we've seen with Austin Weaver's article in the July-August issue of Sports Locker. Being able to bring him on and talk with him a little bit more tonight. That's why we developed this program, One Nation of Sports Locker Magazine Extra, so we can dig in a little bit more where we weren't able to get all the information that we wanted to get into print. So I'm so thankful that he was sticking with me tonight and working through all of these different things. So also, we would just want to give a quick shout out to Big Whiskeys. They are our Coach of the Issue sponsor. And, we appreciate all that our Mid-Missouri coaches do. And they do a great job in recognizing the hard work that some of these coaches do right here in Mid-Missouri. And so we just really appreciate them. We appreciate our coaches for the time that they put in. A lot of extra hours spent away from their family, hard work, dedication. They pour their lives into our kids, and we just want to thank them for that. We want to thank Big Whiskeys for being the sponsor and putting them in the magazine. All right, we've been talking to Austin Weaver, and we're going to go ahead and get into the second half of the program right now. And he's doing a great job, and we've got some more stuff we want to talk about. All right, Austin, I know you've had a lot of coaches. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your football coaches and what have they meant to you, and how do they help you to be better?
Well, I guess starting off with Coach Hinch as the head football coach, he is, he never, I mean, he gets mad. Well, I guess when he gets mad, you can obviously tell, but I mean, he doesn't get mad that often, I would say. But, he just kind of, he's a good coach and he leaves it. Our defense is mainly Coach Pitts. So Coach Hinches really doesn't do anything with defense that I know of. So that allows him to really just focus on the offense and make sure that our offense is completely ready. And our offensive coordinator, Coach Rockers, he also does a great job with that. And he is more of, he when something goes bad, he's the guy that's there to help me calm down and just make sure my head's in the right spot and making sure I'm good to keep playing the game. And Coach Pitts, our defensive coordinator, he's more of a loud, like up tempo kind of guy. He screams, not necessarily mad, but he just always is yelling. So he's always there, good to help get people hyped up and stuff.
You know, that's the one thing that I love about football is that you have different coaches that specialize in particular areas and categories. And when you have a head coach that has the ability, like your coach does, and then you have all the other assistant coaches and the defensive coordinators and the other people that are involved, and he can trust them with making the decisions. That's a good program right there, and
Mm-hmm.
you can see that take place. I mean, I know, as you mentioned, you are a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, and so
Yeah.
you probably get to see that with Coach Tomlin. He's got a good
Mm-hmm.
group of people that he surrounds himself with,
Yeah. Yeah.
and they get him a quarterback, they're going to be right back in the swing of things.
Yeah. Hopefully, Aaron Rodgers can, pull one more out after like I
Yeah.
don't even know however old he is. I don't know, but very old. So hopefully, he's got one more left in him.
Well, let's just say he's not as old as me. Okay.
No.
I'll tell him I'm more aerodynamic. I don't have hair to hold me back, so need every bit of that. How do your coaches challenge you to give your best and to raise the level of the other players on the team?
Well, in practice, they always tell me, you're kind of free to do anything, check in and out of plays and do all that because they want me to get comfortable doing that in games. And, they just make sure I'm doing the most things I can in practice to prepare me for the games and to get everyone else prepared. And so they're kind of more so this year, kind of just, they call the plays and stuff, but they're giving me a lot of freedom on the field to checking in and out of things. So I think that'll not only make me better, but it'll make our other guys more comfortable with me, just kind of making decisions on the field.
Well, and with what they're doing, I mean, that's great. And I know that your basketball coaches would do the same type of thing on the court. Why don't you talk a little bit about that and how that works? How do they help to? I mean, especially with you going into being point guard, you're literally like the coach on the court. Talk a little bit about your relationship with your coaches and what you're looking forward to in your senior year.
Yeah, well, it's kind of the same thing with Coach Joe. At point guard, he will call out plays sometimes, but also he tells me he's like, hey, look, whenever you're coming down, you feel like we need to run a set, just call something out and get our offense organized, And so that's great that he will give me the freedom to kind of do that too. And I mean, that's just what you want. You want your coach to trust you with the offense and just get guys where they need to be and just get a bucket to get things going again.
It's a it's a responsibility. It's a big responsibility. Point guard, quarterback. Um, but it seems to me like you are really looking forward to and have taken that on as the challenge, and you're just ready to step up into that role.
Yeah.
What's the most rewarding part of that for you?
Um, I would say like when you, I don't know, like say when you make a good check in football and the play works out for a touchdown or a 20-yard gain, whatever, or in basketball when the play works out perfectly for a three or a layup, whatever, it doesn't matter. I would say that, when you make the right check and you know that, your team succeeds, you score points, and you just obviously are closer to winning in that way.
Hmm. Okay, very good. Uh, so this is going to be like a two-part question, but tonight you were out helping out some younger kids. Why don't you talk a little bit about
Uh-huh.
what you guys were doing this week? And thank you again for coming, rushing home to do the interview.
Yeah.
And what else are you doing this summer along with that?
So, well, starting with the kids, the PAL football camp, it just kind of the reason Helias succeeds all the time is because we put a lot of effort into the young kids, making sure starting at fifth grade, which is the first year you can play PAL. But our camps, they also it's first through eighth grade. So the first through fourth graders, they'll go over to the soccer field and they will do more fun, the fun drills. But when you get to fifth grade, and so the fifth through eighth grade, they split up by grade. But we just like teach them really the offense and the defense, and make sure that by the time they're freshmen, they have a good base knowledge and are ready to get into the more complicated stuff. So it's always good to make sure the younger kids know really what they're doing.
Well, that's great that you were able to pass some of that along, and also inspire them by you know not just your actions during the year, but also them getting during the season, but also being able to be out there and pouring into them. That's great. I want to read this comment real quick from Jason Ambler. Thank you, Jason, for bringing this on here. But he says, Austin, best wishes for a successful, injury-free senior season. Continue holding yourself to a high standard both on and off the field and court. Continue making your family proud. Keep up the great work. All right. Thank you, Jason. We appreciate that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about, well, you didn't tell us. I mean, what do you have any free time that you get to do anything else that you like to do? What are some of your hobbies?
Well, during the summer, actually, surprisingly, is probably I would say I'm more busy than I am during the school year. Because for summer I go or not basketball. Basketball actually, it was we only had basketball in June, so now here in July and August we're all done with basketball, and so now it frees up my schedule a little more. But here in July, I go from football practice in the morning and then I go to work, and then like on nights like this I have to go to the PAL camp, and then obviously here we are doing the interview. But on a normal week of without the PAL camp, it's just basically practice and work. So I mean, I'm home relaxing by 4 or 5. So I have a little bit of downtime, but then I have to get up and go to practice the next day. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm definitely very busy, but I mean, I would rather be busy than come home from practice and lay around all day.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah. Probably good to keep going.
yeah,
Uh, Also got a comment from Cotton Walker, and I mean this is awesome. Two friends of mine that are coming on here tonight and sharing some stuff. Cotton says, "Thanks for paying it forward, Austin. Good luck this season."
thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thanks, Cotton, for sharing that. We appreciate that. Uh, so let's talk about the upcoming season. What are you looking forward to in your senior campaign? What are some goals that you want to achieve personally and as a team?
Um, well, myself, I don't know. I mean, I've never really cared about breaking like records or anything. Actually, there is the only two records I would care like that would. I mean, it'd mean obviously a lot to break records, but the only ones that I've really kind of looked at all, but not really, are the two records that my brother has, which I don't even know what they are. But I mean, that's about it for myself. I don't really care about my stats or anything like that. But for the team, mainly obviously get back, win another district championship, and hopefully, obviously get back to where we were last year, but come out on top in the state championship. And same thing for basketball, kind of just basically, I don't really care about my stats just for the team. Last year we won districts, beat Rolla, so just win districts again, and hopefully try and win the first ever state championship for basketball.
Very good. Well, it's I know you're somebody that has a strong drive, and that's been instilled in you, and you carry it very well. Um, so, talk about the competitive drive that you have and how you push yourself. How is that going to transition for you once you finish up your high school career? What are you what are you looking forward to do?
I would say like the basketball and football, lifting and all that stuff, it helps you, want to stay in the gym and not, once you're done with sports, not just become lazy, I guess. And so I would say the main thing for me when I'm done is just try and stay in shape and try and keep that same, mentality of, don't just be lazy now that you're done with sports and you have nothing to do.
What have you enjoyed most about your time at Helias Catholic High School, and what are you looking forward to during your senior year, just as a student?
Um, well, I mean, Helias, I mean, it's been fun. We're obviously a small school, so everyone really kind of knows everyone, and you kind of hang out with everyone. And so senior year, I mean, I just want to have fun and just obviously succeed in sports, but continue to succeed in the classroom and just really just have a good fun senior year.
Talk about the people that have helped poured into as far as the teachers, the administrators, the athletic directors, all the different people that are involved with you on a day-to-day basis. What do you appreciate about them?
I mean, all of them, they really just kind of push you. Make sure that you're behaving well at school, behaving well outside of school, and just making sure that you're being the best person you can be. I would say our athletic director is the one that I, would communicate the most with, and he always before every Friday at school he sees me, he's like, say we're home, he's like, hey, make sure you throw it to the blue team tonight, or when we're away, he's like, make sure you throw it to the team in white tonight. So I mean, it's always fun to have that joke with him, but
Yeah, that's great. Um, I wanted to point out really quickly that our relationship with athletic directors and also with Susie Rockers, as far as helping to the process with helping to select you guys as far as student athletes. I mean, we're only able to have six a year in the
yeah,
magazine since there's only six issues a year. So it speaks highly of you and the other student athletes that they choose you guys to be representatives of the school. They're always looking at the student athletes with the total package as far as being a good student and a good athlete as well as just a good person. So, congratulations for just being able to have that respect from your
yeah.
administrators and athletic directors. So, it's good. Who else inspires you to be the best version of yourself, and what have they done to impact you?
Mainly just my friends, family. They just kind of make sure. Obviously, my parents making sure I stay out of trouble. My friends, just kind of being supportive, having my back, whatever, when something goes wrong. Um, I mean, yeah, that's basically it. Just making my parents making sure I stay out of trouble and continue to, work hard in school and on the court and on the field. And I mean, yeah, that's basically it. Just friends and family mainly.
Okay. Talk about your parents and how they've helped develop your character, and what are some of the characteristics that you picked up from them?
Basically, like I was saying, they just, make sure I stay out of trouble and make sure I continue to work hard. So I'd say they've helped me. They've helped me like with, I would say, with resiliency. If something goes wrong, you can't just put your head down and walk away. You got to get back up and keep on pushing, and just kind of hard work. Making sure you're always working hard in the classroom and on the field and on the court to be the best you can. Get the best grades. Have the best performances, whatever.
Hmm. Okay. Why don't you talk about your siblings a little bit?
They're kind of the same. My brother more so. He's like, oh, like, I'm better than you. We won state. You guys lost state. Whatever. But I mean, I know we all know that it's all jokes. So,
Yeah.
but my sister is, more so like my mom. She's there just to kind of, if we lose that night or something goes bad, she's there to kind of just help me bring me back up.
Okay. Very good. That's that's awesome. It's important to have close knit family that not only challenge you to be your best, but are also there to support you and encourage you whenever things may not be going quite the way that we want. So
Hmm. Yeah.
that's great. How much do you appreciate you know how much do you appreciate them supporting you at games and just different parts in your career?
Well, I mean, it means a lot to see them after the game, whether they're at the tailgate or they come out onto the field. It just means a lot to see them. That they all care and want to be there and watch me play. So
Okay. Have you started developing thoughts of what you want to do as a career after you get out of high school? I know you're probably weighing options and all the different things you're doing, but what do you see you would like to do?
yeah, I've kind of ruled out sports, football or basketball. I don't know. It just doesn't feel like that's really what I want to do because I'm not going to go and be a professional athlete. So I'm just more so why not just go get a degree and as soon as I can and all that. But as far as a degree, I think I'm really leaning toward engineering. I'd say my best subject is probably math
Hmm.
and science and that kind of stuff. So that's probably the area I invest in. And so, yeah, engineering, and it just kind of interests me, whatever. So I don't know. That just
Good.
seems to be what I'm leaning towards.
Awesome. Very good. Uh, all right. You've flown through everything really well and done great. Let's go ahead and ask a couple of fun questions too. What's your favorite go-to snack or meal after a game or a practice?
Oh, um, and I like if if my mom will let me eat out. I love Pancheros downtown.
Hmm.
That's always a good spot. But if I'm eating at my house, I don't know. After a game when it's late, I like a good frozen pizza or maybe I don't know. Say earlier that week we had burgers at my house. Whatever. I like those left over. Uh, but honestly, basically anything after a game. Honestly, I'll
Yeah,
eat
you're
anything
just
from the start.
hungry, right? Yeah, absolutely. So Pancheros, what's your favorite food that you get there? I like two different. I like the bowl, and then put in chicken and have rice. I add hot sauce, the hottest one. I love hot stuff. But then most of the time I've been getting the um, chicken quesadilla, hot sauce, sour cream. That's my go-to. What's your go-to?
Yeah. I'm more so if I go to Pancheros, I'll always get a burrito. But say I go to Chipotle, I'll get a bowl. I don't know why that is, but I just think the burritos are better at Pancheros and the bowls are better at Chipotle. But whatever. But I'll always get steak. Make sure I get double meat, so I'll get double steak.
There you go.
Um, white rice. I don't like beans at all, really, so never
Yeah, I don't
beans.
either.
Um, Make sure I get queso. I love queso. No hot sauce. I hate. Unlike you, I hate hot things. Uh, Queso, regular shredded cheese, lettuce, sour cream. Um, yeah, that's basically it. And
Okay.
then I'll always usually get chips and queso on the side too.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, if I hadn't already eaten, you would be making me hungry right now. But maybe you're making
Yeah,
yourself hungry. But
I know. I
uh,
kind of am.
yeah,
Yeah.
I bet you. If there's any place in the world you could go, where would that be and why?
Oh gosh, any place in the world. Man, I don't know. I've never really been a fan of the beach. Honestly, I just hate the sand. I mean, it's fun to go to the beach, obviously, but I just hate the sand when it gets in your shorts and everywhere. I hate it. Um, I don't know. I would say, man, honestly, I have no idea. I've never really thought about where
Yeah.
one place I could go.
Well,
Definitely
it's
out of
kind
the
of funny.
country.
It's kind of funny you mentioned the beach because I went there with my daughter and grandkids today, and same.
Oh
I'm the same way with sand. I'm like, they wanted to bury me in the sand. I was like, no, you are not
no, yeah,
burying me in the sand. That's not
I
happening.
hate that. Yeah.
Good. So, what is the most memorable place you've gone to?
Oh, um, we haven't really done it as much anymore just because in the summer I don't really have much time off. But back when we were younger, we'd always go to Florida, usually Destin, with my dad's side of the family, and then my mom's side of the family. I mean, we kind of there was a little while there where we'd always go to Silver Dollar City.
Hmm.
We'd go there for like 3 days, stay there, and then sometimes we'd go to the lake after that. And
Hmm.
it'd add up to both sides. It would be about a week in total, which I mean that's really fun. But I would say the most fun was 2 summers ago. It was just me and my family, my immediate family, my mom, dad, my brother and sister, and actually my brother's girlfriend too. We went to Mexico,
Hmm.
and that was really fun. Just kind of not as many people and just your family. So
Yeah,
that was fun.
well, good. If there was any famous person that, and I'm just talking about from all time, any famous person that you would have thought it would have been interesting to meet and have a conversation with, who would that have been and why?
Oh gosh, anyone? Um, I don't know. All time. I feel like all time. I mean, I guess he's still alive. Michael Jordan obviously would be super cool. Um, Kobe Bryant. I guess he's passed away now, but that would be really cool to talk to him. Um, Kind of the NFL guys. I feel like it'd be cool to meet like Patrick Mahomes or like a Jalen Hurts kind of guy. That'd be cool to meet one of them.
Uh-huh.
But
Good.
I don't know. Yeah, just those more so athletes. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, those are all good. Those are all good. I mean, I would have definitely have chosen Jordan, and I would have chosen Patrick Mahomes as well. So those are two
yeah.
good ones. So, all right, now this is the nitty gritty. This is where you might have somebody chime in. I don't know, but what is your least favorite chore to do around the house and why?
Oh gosh. Um, Honestly, I'm pretty blessed. My mom doesn't make me do many chores. Really, the most I'll do is I'll take out the trash, whatever,
Uh,
or I'll unload the dishwasher. Actually, I'd say my least favorite is probably mowing the lawn, just
okay.
because of how hot it's been.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, that in my house there's a lot of weed eating to do, so that just kind of sucks walking around with that thing, getting every little. But yeah, that's probably my is probably mowing the lawn.
So, like you guys, I think if I remember seeing, I drive by your house on my way into town different times, but you guys have a bunch of rocks and stuff up around there now. Does
Uh
that make it
huh.
more does that make it more difficult?
I mean, it honestly kind of takes away because that is not grass there.
Yeah.
So it's obviously not as much. Um, Not really. No, it's just you just go around it. So I mean, not. I mean, it doesn't make a huge difference. No,
Okay. All right. Good.
but
I'd probably run into it. I don't know. I
yeah,
don't know.
yeah,
Well, hey man, I appreciate you hanging in there with me tonight through all the technical difficulties, trying to find a spot where we
yeah,
had strong internet. So appreciate you doing that.
yeah.
Uh, Appreciate you coming on here after you've had a busy day out there just motivating those young kids. And thanks for all that you do. And we're looking forward to seeing what you're going to do in your senior campaign. So um, excited to see what
Well,
happens for you.
yeah. Thank you for having me, and thank you
Yeah,
for the good luck. So,
yeah. And I want to just give you one more opportunity. Any shout out to anybody else that you want to give? Any appreciation?
um, I mean, my friends, family, coaches. I'd say. I mean, basically everyone, everyday life. Just kind of keeps me going. So
Okay.
that's about it.
Sounds good. If you'll just hold on after as I close out the program, hold on, and I'll just visit with you real quick afterwards. But
Yeah,
again, thanks for joining us tonight. I appreciate it.
yeah. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. I'll see you in just a moment.
All right.
All right, everybody. Thanks for hanging with us tonight on One Nation of Sports Soccer Magazine Extra. I'm your host, Kirk DeMars, and we were talking to Austin Weaver of Helias Catholic High School. Outstanding two-sport athlete, outstanding young man, outstanding family. Can't say enough about him and his family, and just all the different things that he does, and especially like what he's been doing this week, pouring into the younger kids coming up. And this is why we do what we do. We love being able to share their story and get a little bit extra from them on One Nation of Sports Soccer Magazine Extra. All right, I'm your host, Kirk DeMars. God bless you guys. Thanks for joining us, and we will see you next week.